do it. It's how we get it done. Welcome, everybody, on this beautiful morning. I like how that starts. Remix. Unbelievable pain revealed this morning, man. Unbelievable pain. We have to look at what pain is and how it affects us. We have to look at what being in pain does to us and how do we resolve being in chronic pain. How do we self-management? If you don't know anything about CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, it's something I'm new at researching, but it's a code technique for making sure that you have what you need. If you're in chronic pain, physically, mentally, emotionally, CBT is the way to go. Widely accepted across the country for helping people to self manage chronic pain. Whether it's an injury, whether it's heartbreak, whatever the case may be, loss of job, any tough transition, CBT is the way to go. You can research it, Google it, or choose AI, however you go about it, or you can have a life coach like me walk you through it. But so many people out there are in unbelievable pain. We're going to reveal that today on the show. Usually I get into a lot of news, but the biggest news right now is First Step Coaching is offering 2 free weeks of coaching. And so what the payment is involved, yes, there's no obligation to buy, but when you want to get something for free, obviously it gets something back. So the payment is just your time. All you have to do is just put some time aside to work on your goals with me, and we can get this done. People who are in pain want relief. And if you have not achieved your goal, if you've already given up on your goal for 2024, you're probably struggling a little bit. You're probably getting down on yourself, a little negative self talk there. I don't want that to be how you end 2024. So let's get you back on the right track. Uh, Offering 2 free weeks of coaching is a special opportunity for you and I to get to know each other. I want to take my experience, my lived experience, my certifications, my education, and I want to apply it to what your problem is. Can we solve your problem together? That's the question. Let's lock this thing in, all right? If you are afraid or have been afraid to ask for help, now's the time to overcome that fear, because it's totally free to work with Taibu Muad'Dib and First Step Coaching on your problem, on your struggle, or on your goal. Right? If it started as a whisper, you can do it. You don't take that anymore. You can do it. You can make it happen. It started as a whisper in your mind. You should be the manager. You should be the supervisor. Go back to school. You know, whatever that whisper started as, now it's become an obsession for you. And I want you to know that we can get it done right here at First Step Coaching. Good morning. This is Mornings with Muad'Dib, brought to you courtesy of First Step Coaching. I'm over here live streaming on YouTube at Taibu Muad'Dib 4019. You don't want to miss it. All right. Let me go ahead and give everybody an applause for joining the show this morning. I'm going to go right into the show as I usually have. Yesterday was a very, very fun show for me to do. I'm going to go ahead. If you're not following me at Taibu Muad'Dib 4019, let me go ahead and tell you what you're missing. All right. So you want to make sure they're so they don't like me when I podcast. All right. So the YouTube we got here, bam. And we're going to go at Taibu Muad'Dib. And I'm putting this in here for you because I want you all to know where to go get this funk for real. I'm always podcasting over here, and I want to make sure that you all understand how much fun I'm having, but how serious the tips and advice are for those of you who are struggling right now. We don't want you to struggle. We want you to have a good time. We want you to get measured out. So today we're talking about unbelievable pain revealed. Unbelievable pain. It's tough to talk about something like this because most people, we don't. Who wants to admit being vulnerable? Who wants to admit being in pain? Who wants to admit struggling? And I'm not one of those guys. So I've been where you are, to where I don't want to. I don't want to ask for help. I don't want there to be an issue with that. So what I did was I didn't get to the bottom of my problem. I didn't get help for it, and I struggled with it for far too long. I struggled with it for far too long. So the issue I'm having right now is I want to make sure that we are all on the same page with knowing that if you don't get help for your issue, by and large, you are going to struggle from it for a longer time. All right. So I just want you to know that we're going somewhere with this coaching program. And even though my phone's blowing up because as a certified goal achievement coach, people need help. That's all right. I'm gonna continue with the podcast. People in pain are unhappy. And what an unhappy person wants the most, let's screen share this. I'm gonna give it to y'all the real. I mean, I shouldn't be picking up this podcast screen and doing something, but I want you to know I'll do this for you guys and girls. Go over there and definitely subscribe. What is this? What is this? Get this off my screen. All kind of stuff on my screen today. Staying on task. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I want you to subscribe to YouTube at Taibu Muad'Dib 4019 so you all can see what I'm sharing right now. So, people who are in pain are unhappy. We understand this. We totally understand this. All right. And so, the problem that we have is we don't want to be in pain and we do all sorts of wild stuff to what? Self-medicate. And not self-manage, we self-medicate. And that's where a lot of us compound our issue and our problems. That's where a lot of us add to our problems. Understand what I'm saying? Because you don't self-manage the pain, you self-medicate it. Drinking, comfort eating, using controlled substances, uncontrolled substances. So we self-medicate. We shut down. We go through all depressions and we have all these anxieties about things. My case study right now, she's choosing her course curriculum. The case study subsidized her payment for the program, access to the program, by documenting her journey, allowing our company to document the journey through. So I want you to know that this program and this company wants you to not be in pain. And if you're in pain, you're going to struggle through that thing until, like I said last week, until you overcome that challenge, until you triumph over that trial, you will go through pain. And if you don't have good pain management skills that you can learn from CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, then you're probably going to do the wrong things to handle and accept your pain. And that's going to compound the issue. That's going to make it greater. Exacerbates the better word. It's going to make it worse. So what we do here at First Step Coaching, when you work with me, I will show you how to manage your pain, set goals, put things into measurables that you can achieve, and help you take that first step, that next step up out of it. That's why it's called the First Step Coaching Program. Let me go ahead and read off what you're all going through. You're in pain, right? And so you're unhappy. Let's just keep it real. You're unhappy. Unhappy people, what they want the most is they want happiness. And they believe that it's reliant upon the acquisition of something new or something different. Let's break that down for a second. All right. Is the grass greener? Many of you are thinking a different job would be a better job. A different partner or spouse would be a better partner or spouse. different income would be better. Many of you have poor spending habits, which is a course curriculum here at First Step Coaching. Many of you have poor spending habits, so no matter how much you make, you're going to always overspend, and you're going to always have anxiety and depression about what you don't have or what you can't do. So for many of you, I would say 79.9% of you can't handle a financial increase. You're not ready for it. All you'll do is you'll spend up to that amount. What are you saying, Taibu? I'm saying that if you make $4,500 a month right now and you get a promotion and they make it $5,500, at the end of the year, you should be $12,000 to the good. You should have $12,000 saved up easy. But no, you'll spend that $1,000 and you'll be back to nothing, check to check, whatever. You want to have no nest egg or any of that saved up because you don't know how to budget. See, a life coach, which is what I do, the First Step Coaching Program is here for you, offering 2 free weeks to get started on that path, whatever the path will be. No obligation to stay on or to buy. I won't ask you for credit card information or any of that stuff like that. I'm just going to get to know you and your problem. We're going to discuss the solution for it. We're going to talk about how your life will be once that problem's gone. And then we'll get you on a course curriculum. We'll get you started, man. It's a beautiful thing. If you missed our class last night, you missed a lot. All right. Whole class is on Tuesday nights at 7, Saturdays. You have access to that up until the 27th. All this free stuff, the month of love, I'm showing love. All this free stuff goes away, but I will replace it with irresistible offers for you. I'm going to throw so much value at you, you're going to have to buy because you haven't fixed your problem because you didn't jump in here for free. You didn't jump in here for free, and so you're still dealing with the issue, and so you missed your 2-week opportunity, and so you're still dealing with the problem, and you will go ahead and pay for that. Unhappy people are constantly chasing, never retaining, oftentimes looking for happiness in the wrong places. The most common source of unhappiness, let's look at it. You have some sort of mental health illness you're dealing with. You haven't worked through trauma, which is a course curriculum we have, how to overcome trauma. You compare yourself to others over much, right? Want to keep up with the Joneses. There's pressure from family or your social circle to do something or to be something, and you don't align with it. You're simply bored. You make good money, you have a great family, but you're bored. So you haven't found your purpose, which is also a 6-month course we have. You have unhealthy relationships at work, in your home, in the community, and there are underlying physical health concerns. So you can see towards the bottom of the list came the physical stuff. So really it's the mental and emotional stuff that makes us unhappy. And that's what's unbelievable, isn't it? You would think that a person's unhappy and they're dealing with chronic pain. If you are dealing with depression or anxiety to a severe level, that's chronic pain. If you haven't overcome trauma, that may be the root of your chronic pain, your depression, anxiety, and you haven't overcome it. You haven't triumphed over it. So that's why you're still dealing with it. Comparing yourself to someone else, right? Being jealous or envious over much, right? Being sad because they have it and you don't. Just your focus, you're not taking control of your own life. So you're focused on others' lives and they all look like they have it so much better, right? There's pressure from your family or social circle. So have you ever been told what you should be by people around you, or they're going a certain different direction and you don't want to go that direction? You want to go your own path, but you love them so much, you care about them so much that it's tough and difficult to make the decision when they ask. Being bored with life. Now, me personally, I've always been too ambitious to get bored with life. I don't allow myself to settle. Many of you do, right? You settle and you settle for less. So I'm going to tell you right now that that's not for you and you're going to be unhappy. To overcome that, Sign up for these 2 free weeks. I thank you for your follow. If you're subscribing, I'm gonna go to my live subscriptions in a moment. But because you need to subscribe. Coming up here in March, I'm gonna get this February for my webinar on the 27th. It's next Tuesday. I'm going to give my signature speech on that night, and up until that night, on that night, if you attend, you can sign up for 2 free weeks of coaching. If you miss an opportunity, next Tuesday for sure. If you miss an opportunity, I'm telling you right now, you will be all right. You will be done for. I got my phone blowing up. I was taking care of some business and they're trying to send me stuff. All right, bam, bam. All right, leave me alone then. Man. But that's the art of the business. I have to create the content to reach for lead generation. I have to continue to create content and get out there what it is that I do. So I apologize for these interrupt on my phone, but this is how I make my money. I call you guys and gals, you gents and you ladies. I call you and I make sure that I'm accessible to you when you need me. So when I get off this podcast, I got folks to call to make sure that they are pushing forward. When they need help, you have access to me, direct access to me. When you're a paying client and member, you have access to what we're doing. I want you to know that if you're unhappy, it's because you're struggling with mental health issues. You haven't worked through past trauma. You're comparing yourself to others too much. If you're unhappy, there's pressure from your family or social circle to be somebody that you're not. You're simply bored with your life and you want to do something exciting. You're involved in an unhealthy relationship. Thank you for your likes. Or you have underlying physical conditions and concerns that you just aren't taking care of. How many of us don't want to go to the dentist? I still have, forgive me, I went and got some dental work done. They said we're going to put a temporary cap on and we're going to make a permanent cap for you. Come back and get that. Who wants to come back and get zzz? So I haven't gone back. I don't want to get, let me get a couple months on my belt before I get cut on again, all that stuff like that to put that permanent cap on. So when you don't take care of your body physically, I'm telling you, you're unhappy. You're going to go through pain. These are simple things we can address as your life coach. Thank you for your subscriptions and your likes. And again, I start out with all my viewers, but I want to go over to my live subscription only people because they are paying to get this funk. All right, lock that down. So I'm gonna stop sharing that, but leave that up. So today's message, today's podcast, if you when you subscribe over on YouTube, like I asked you guys and gals to go over there and subscribe. When you go over there and subscribe, right there, Taibu Muad'Dib 4019, let's go. When you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll get to see all the picture stuff. But today's podcast, today is Morning with Muad'Dib. It says unbelievable pain revealed. So I want you right now to either close your eyes and listen to this, to words come out of my mouth, listen to the sound of my voice, or go to a mirror and let this continue to play. I want you to go to the mirror and look yourself in the face and let it out. Reveal that pain to yourself. Tell yourself why you're in pain. Tell yourself what you can't stand anymore. Because it started as a whisper. It said, you can do better than that. You are better than that. You don't have to take this anymore. You can succeed somewhere else. You should leave now. It started as a whisper. Be more. Go get it. Don't settle. It started as a whisper and now it's becoming an obsession. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself what's real. Say, look, I'm not going to settle anymore. I am better than this. I am going to be more. I won't stand for it. It started as a whisper, but I want you to proclaim it now. Thank you for your likes. I appreciate you. You don't have to be unhappy any longer. If you want to change what's happening in your life, I'm offering 2 free weeks. The features don't matter, but let me break them down for you. In those 2 weeks, you'll attend 4 classes. They'll be molded and shaped and customized towards your particular course curriculum that you are studying for those two weeks. You'll get 2 touch points. You'll get work material. You get the EFC workbook, which is our change agent, which is going to change you. I've never heard anybody who's actually delved into the EFC workbook tell me anything other than it's amazing. It's magnificent. And I know because I put it together. It's my proven method for advancing someone towards their goals, for giving someone the confidence to overcome the struggles, the trials, the tribulations. To overcome any challenge, you have to put more effort, focus, and commitment into that journey. And I'll set it out. It's a proven method. What I'm saying to you is, if you're unhappy, we now know the reasons you're unhappy. Let's talk about what your life will be like when you are happiness. Because clearly you're seeking happiness. I mean, this right here, I do my research. You're seeking happiness, all right? Let's be honest about, okay, let's look at this again. All right. I'm not going to screen share it, but let's go back into it. So you're unhappy right now. You're searching for happiness. Are you searching for it in the wrong places? If you believe more money will help you, but you have poor spending habits, you need a life coach to help you change those spending habits and then help you budget. And you might see a lot more money by just budgeting than busting your hump to get a new higher paying job that you're going to spend up anyway. I know I'm helping somebody out today. I gotta go. I'm gonna go. Hold on. I'm gonna go over to my subscription people. The folks that's paying me, they're gonna get this real funk. Let me go ahead to my subscription only live on. Bam. Let's go. All right, now for my subscribers, let me go ahead and welcome you to Mornings with Muad'Dib. This is the second half of Mornings with Muad'Dib. I gave the people who aren't subscribing. So for all my subscribers watching this, I appreciate you. You're a blessing. Thank you so much for supporting the efforts, the movement, and the business. First Step Coaching is ready to welcome you and offer you 2 free weeks of coaching. And you've earned it. So I appreciate each and every one of you for joining this live. All right. Let's go with that. Okay. I switched over. Let me see. And I forget to get all the non-subscribers and click them first. So I got to get better at doing that. I want to run. I get juiced up. As you can see, I get juiced up when I'm coaching. All right. So today's podcast, we have unbelievable pain revealed. When you're in pain, you're unhappy. Most of our pain, as I just went through, isn't physical. That's why CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, works so well, because most of our pain is imagined. It's unreal physically. In the imaginary sense, we feel we're suffering because of something mental or emotional that we're struggling with. That makes sense? So I already did the screen share. You guys and gals should go over and subscribe to my YouTube page. All right. This is where you get this free funk from. You're already a subscriber. That's why I don't go live on YouTube when I work out. I do sometimes, but for the most part, from jogging, cooking, hanging out, as I go towards my first million, as I strive to make my first million this year, I'm pushing for it. I want my live subscribers on TikTok to share that journey with me. And so you see how I'm coaching, you see how I affect people's lives, how I change people. Early in the morning, I want you to hear early in the morning from Taibu Muad'Dib. I want you to hear what you need to hear. And you're going through pain right now. You're going through pains. And what that entails is you're unhappy. So you're anxious, depressed, you feel sad, you feel alone. All right. But you're searching for happiness, but you may be searching in the wrong place. You may want a new relationship, but you haven't overcome past trauma, so you'll burn that one down too. You are constantly chasing happiness, but you don't attain it because you haven't asked for help from a life coach like myself. I'm not the only life coach out there, but I am a guy with a proven method to make sure that you address the problem, right? I'm not going to take you through 4 months of just getting to know you. We're going to directly address your problem immediately. That's why I'm offering 2 free weeks so you can see how quickly we get into the work. Now, if you don't have time to change your life, to add a new skill set, then we have a course on time management. That means that you aren't prioritizing what means the most to you. That's why you're unhappy. All right. You believe that your happiness is reliant upon the acquisition of something new or something different in the material sense, not realizing that your happiness is relying upon the acquisition of a new skill set or forming a new habit. Let's go, Taibu. I got to give myself a round of applause for breaking that down. We're going to lock that in real quick. Let me say it again slower. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate all my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. You want these live, the Taibu Muad'Dib live subscription. You want that because you don't want to miss any of this. You don't want to miss any of this free, these free tips and advice I give as a life coach. You want to make sure that you tap in for those 2 free weeks. You have until February 27th when I'll do my live webinar and give my signature speech to get you fired up and get you signed up and lined up and aligned with your goals again. All right. Unhappy people. Unhappy people. What are we talking about? The most common source of unhappiness. They hit the drop down and give you a list. Are you struggling with mental health illnesses? Or one that's developing? Have you not worked to overcome some trauma in your past? Do you compare yourself to other people over much? Like you're always looking at what they have and wishing that you had it, even if you're just jealous or envious of that situation? Is there pressure from your family or your social circle to do something you're not comfortable with, or to be someone that you believe in align with something else? Are you simply bored with just come on? A lot of you out there just bored. You haven't made a move in years, and you're just bored, and that's causing you to be unhappy. How many of you are in unhealthy relationships? It's just not working out, and you're unhappy. And then there are a few of you out there who are definitely suffering from some sort of underlying physical concern. Something's building, developing. You're afraid and you're unhappy because you haven't gotten taken care of yet. You haven't prioritized it, but you know it's there. Get that live subscription. Don't miss Mornings with Muad'Dib right here on TikTok. Over here, Taibu Muad'Dib 4019. There's different ways I have for you to access it, and you can also hit me up on Facebook at First Step Coaching. It's a beautiful thing. Go over on Facebook at First Step Coaching on Facebook. You can get the free tips and advice. I'm posting every day. I want to make sure that you unhappy folks understand what you're looking for isn't found in material wealth. Most of the times, what you're looking for is a self manifestation. When you're unhappy, you need a self manifestation. What do you mean by that? You need to go through a process or a journey and come out the other side a better person. That's what's going to make you happy, guaranteed. Let's lock that in. Locking that in. Let's go. And then that now. Top viewers. Hit them up. All right. Watching me the past 7 days. All right. God knows who's been watching me the most the last 7 days. I'm doing pretty good. I got a pretty good following. All right. I'm gonna just run real quick, run the gamut. Since I'm hot today, it's gonna be hot out here today. Let me give folks the real deal. Like that. Hold on, hold on. I don't like that. That's what I'm talking about. It's always something. Let me go ahead and jump over here to this. Here we go. All right. Busting out with the live. Okay, here we go. What does this say? All right. Morning with, let's go. More D, let's go. Something else. All right. Going through a second round for my Facebook fam. I haven't gone live for my Facebook family in a while. Uh, TikTok has now eclipsed my Facebook viewership, but that's all right because I still have a very robust following on Facebook. Folks have been waiting for me to really do something that could help them change and help them do better business. Shout out to my man Johnny Winston out there in Madison, Wisconsin, getting folks in shape. Uh, Shout out to my cousin out there selling that good soap in Pittsburgh. My cousin down south, she's doing taxes for the family. Another cousin down there selling cars and trucks for Chevy. Shout out to my friends in the DFW. I got folks out here running nightclubs, doing security work. So my Facebook family is pretty big. Today we're talking about unbelievable pains revealed. When's the last time you revealed to yourself your pain and why you're in pain and what you should do about it? We'll talk about that today. What should you do about that? I want to identify a few things for people out there who are unhappy because they're dealing with chronic pain and just talk a little bit about, the accepted treatment and therapy for that. Taibu Muad'Dib, Mornings with Muad'Dib, you can catch 8:05 a.m. in the morning by going to by making sure that you subscribe over at Taibu Muad'Dib 4019 is the page. You can just type the name in, it'll be the same thing. So you want to subscribe, and that's what it looks like over there. Really? I'll go with it. I'm gonna copy it so I can put it up here a couple of times. So you want to subscribe over here. Taibu Muad'Dib, man, this podcast is being brought to you courtesy of First Step Coaching, which is offering 2 free weeks of coaching to help you get started. If you're unhappy over here on Facebook, I want to be your coach. I want First Step Coaching Program to be your vehicle to achieve your goal, to overcome your challenge, to end that trial and tribulation, right? To help you find that new you. It's the first step. The Taibu Muad'Dib and First Step Coaching. You already know what it is. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. All right. Get off into the show. I'm gonna give you the shortened version. I screen shared for my audience over here on YouTube what it means to be unhappy. Unhappy people are always searching for happiness, right? What you really want if you're unhappiness for you're unhappy. What you really want if you're unhappy is happiness. But your beliefs about what's going to make you happy is false. It's fugazi because you believe that having happiness is reliant upon the acquisition of something new or something different in the material sense outside the body. You're not looking intrinsically for happiness. You believe it's going to come from outside your body, which is false. So that's why you're constantly chasing but never attaining happiness. All right. You oftentimes look for happiness in the wrong places. So what I broke down on TikTok, I'm breaking down on YouTube again and again and again to make sure you lock this in. Lock it in. That's the lock it in sound. What you need is a personal manifestation. You need to become a new version of yourself and to embrace that purpose to get the fullness and the happiness that you want out of life. You need to become a better version of yourself. That's what's truly going to make you happy. See, people who believe more money would make them happy have poor spending habits. Poor spending habits. So if you got more money, or when you, let's say you're going to get it. When you get more money, get a promotion, you get a settlement, you're going to spend it all up because you have poor spending habits. You're not going to have a nest egg and be comfortable and have the peace of mind knowing you have money that you're not touching. You touch and spend all of your money, so you don't have that nest egg. So you're living check to check. You're behind on your bills a little bit. You're unhappy. The most common reasons why people are unhappy, they're struggling with mental health issues, even ones that we ourselves create and develop through being unhappy for extended periods of time. Still, you haven't worked through your past trauma. You haven't overcome it. So you're unhappy. It's always there, right there in front of you. If you compare yourself to others, you're unhappy. You can't keep up, or you see them having so much and you have so little, whatever the case may be. If there's pressure from family and social circles to be something that you don't want to be, that you're being pushed into being this in this field, in this industry, but you want to do something else with your life, that kind of pressure can make you unhappy. You don't want to let them down. You love them, but you're unhappy because you can't get yourself to tell them this is the real me. You might simply be bored with life. All right. You might be bored. I've been really ambitious my whole life, so I've never really been bored. But for those of you who are just flat out bored, I get it. You haven't made a move in years. You want to get something going, you're unhappy. You have an unhealthy relationship. That's many of you, many of you. And you should get out of that relationship and move on to the person you should be with. There are those of you who have underlying physical health concerns that you're not addressing, so you're unhappy. All right. That's the breakdown. That's the breakdown. All right. Okay. Let's go to the next thing. I can give my YouTube audience a little something different. All right. Let's look at this. I'll screen share this over here. That was interesting. That was interesting. I'm going to check that a little bit more out into that. Hmm. I'm just going to give a little bit of this. Hmm. Okay. I like that. I'll share this. So go over here and follow me, Taibu Muadi 4019. I'm gonna share this real quick because unhappy people are looking for some kind of relief. And as a life coach, I will help you find that relief by aligning you with what your goal is or helping you to address the challenge that you're facing appropriately, no matter what it is. But I agree with this small amount of research, this page right here, because it says step one is the starting point. And I believe that we should all start from the beginning. That's why today I say that you should go into the mirror and look yourself in the face and address your issue. That you should address the issue, that you should say, hey, I'm unhappy. You have to look at yourself and say, I'm unhappy. And then state why. Be honest with yourself. Start there. So I believe that this is good. Step one is the starting point, right? It says the starting point almost never gets covered in the self help community. I guess it's a secret, so I'll whisper it. Life is hard. Yes, it's hard to go admit to yourself why you unhappy, right? Let's keep it real. Okay. So life is hard. That's the first step. So to be willing to do the hard. And if you can't, I'm offering 2 free weeks of, of, of access to the program. And so we can deal with some of these things. If you're unhappy, let's look at why you're unhappy, what to do about it, and what your life will be like once you're free of that problem. All right. Step two, the problem. The problem is the gap between who you want to be and who you are today. Make sense? That's awesome. And then we'll look at the solution. So pretty much what I just said. So you can go online and you can read this. If you're not getting enough from it, if you don't have time to do the research, that's why these 2 freaks are so important for me to offer to you. All right. So inbox me here on Facebook, DM me. Let's get it going. All right. I want to make sure that you don't miss the opportunity to sign up. If I don't hear from you, if you're thinking it, and you miss a deadline, which is the 27th, which is the webinar on Tuesday, attend the webinar because I'm giving my signature speech. But don't wait until then because you might forget, you might miss it for whatever reason. Mean to attend and sign up, and you miss. So sign up right now. Don't wait. The solution, right? So the solution gives us 2 tools to build a happy life: hustling and acceptance, right? It says hustling is the brute force approach to happiness. You take massive amounts of action and leave no stone unturned as you chase your dreams, and it works. All right. Acceptance is the exact opposite of hustling. Acceptance doesn't need reality to change in any way. What is. So you just accept where you're at in life, even if that means settling, and that's just what it is. You make no bones about it. But that was very intuitive. All right. It just goes to show you how much the research is out there to address your needs. A fresh perspective is what you'll get at First Step Coaching. Get that 2 free weeks in Taibu Muad'Dib. Now you know. That's the show. Had to give them that one time for the one time. No, I don't want to. No. It says creator real. I don't want to be creator real. Go over to my IG page. Let's get it going. All right. Wow. My man over there going crazy. I'm going to go live. Coach Taibu. All right. Morning with Muad'Dib. Let's go. All right. One more time. Just going live on a couple different platforms. I may even give the LinkedIn folks. I might stay on here and I might go ahead and sign off on YouTube. But we're promoting 2 free weeks. So you got that coming to you. Put that in the comment section. Welcome, it's Coach Taibu. So 2 free weeks of coaching. through First Step Coaching. Let's go. Through the 27th. So get signed up now. All right. Well, what I want to say is I'm comfortable in my space, in my skin. I'm comfortable teaching, leading, mentoring, inspiring, motivating, comfortable with these things. A lot of you are out of shape. I'm gonna throw some online training in with some of my programming coming up in here in March. Right now, the learning component. The learning component is why I left corporate personal training and corporate packages or training packages and went to online life coaching, because without this learning component, it never seems to stick. Like with me, I've learned so much as a coach and a speaker that it's like really, really sticking with me. But today we're discussing the unbelievable pain revealed. Unbelievable pain revealed. That means your belief system might be totally off. What you believe about your pain might be skewed, the wrong perspective. That's why I call it unbelievable pain revealed, because today I'm going to encourage you to reveal that pain to the person that matters, which is yourself. We'll talk about being unhappy, a couple different things. Let's go right into the show. Now you know. I'm going to go ahead and end this show over here. Remember, 2 free weeks. Inbox me, DM me, make a comment. Your information. Let me go ahead and get this banner up here to you. If you want 2 free weeks, go to calendly.com/Coach Taibu. Let's get you set up with a call. I want to meet you. I want to meet your goal. I want to meet your happiness, because we're going to make that happen for you. Taibu Muad'Dib. Now you know. That's the show.